Welcome to another Oak's Opinions. Today I'm going to talk about three things: gun control, immigration, and obesity. First of all, with gun control. The Second Amendment says that the right to bear arms shall not be inhibited based upon the need for a well-regulated militia. Now, the argument can actually be made that you no longer need a militia because we have a standing army. When the United States, based upon the Constitution, was first conceived, there was no standing army. Now there is. So the argument can be made that you no longer need to have your own personal weapons since we have the military to defend us. However, I believe that while that is the letter of the law, it's not the spirit of the law. The point is, you are allowed to have your own weapons because we needed to have the militia. But just because we no longer need to have a militia doesn't mean we don't need those weapons to defend us against the admitted unlikely possibility of our own military. Possibly if, something happens, the president goes crazy and decides he wants to overtake the country and form a dictatorship against us. The weapons that we have are there to ensure that we have the ability to defend ourselves even against those most unlikely of threats, our own government. Yeah, sounds pretty crazy. Sounds like a science fiction. Sounds like a stupid war novel, movie, whatever. But that's the whole point of it. And besides the fact, you could use it to go hunting. And yes, you can use a double-barreled shotgun to go hunting. You don't need to have 15 rounds in a clip. I kind of understand your argument, and I definitely understand the idea of not having fully automatic assault rifles. But a semi-automatic, 15-round clip, I can understand both sides of the argument, but I have to side with the side that says it's okay. Immigration. I'm having a hard time following the logic behind people's arguments. I've seen some type of things on Facebook recently, especially with the new immigration law coming through, saying doesn't like immigrants, but is descended from immigrants, or something to that effect. The idea being that you are descended from an immigrant, so how can you have a problem with immigrants? For myself and most of the people who I talk to about immigration, it's not that. I don't have a problem with immigration. I know a couple of people who have come here as immigrants, and I don't have a problem with them because they immigrated here. Actually, the term is emigrated here. They came here, they got a citizenship, they waited the process, they paid the fees, and now they are citizens. I have a problem with people coming across the border illegally and then having 5, 6 kids, having those kids in a hospital, not paying a dime. That's where our tax dollars are going, to these hospitals that are paying for to pay for people that have children that aren't even American citizens. Now, I know it's not the majority of our tax money, and I know that's not the case every single time an illegal immigrant crosses the border, but it's the principle. You're an illegal immigrant. You should not be giving legal citizenship status to a single person who is here illegally, in my opinion. Now, this also follows true with the argument that the Supreme Court has just overturned one of, I believe it was Arizona's laws, that said you had to prove citizenship in order to vote. You are supposed to be a citizen to vote for your leaders. And when you don't have to prove that citizenship, yeah, you could say that, it's wrong to have to prove that you're a citizen. But when you are in a state that is near the border that has an issue with illegal immigrants and with people that are there not to support, not legally, to put it bluntly, yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. When you have a certain situation, you have to develop ways to deal with it. How do you deal with people who are illegally here voting? You deal with it by creating standards that says you have to prove that you're a citizen. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I think that you should have to prove that you're a citizen. Now, one of the immigration laws coming in is saying, oh, no, we're going to make all the illegal immigrants legal. All of them are going to be legal. You just have to pay back taxes. You have to pay the fees to become legal citizens. Wait a second. Back taxes? Let's go back to that one just for a second. The guy's been here for 5 years, let's say, legally. He doesn't exactly file a tax return. So how are you supposed to figure out how much his back taxes are? Second of all, you want him to pay the fees for, so he can become an American citizen legally. Okay, what about all these people who came legally? I'm assuming you're going to have these illegal people pay the same fees that you're going to have the illegal people pay the same fees that a legal person paid. How is that fair for the person who went through the system the way that they're supposed to do it? Please tell me how. That doesn't make sense. And in return, they're not even going to allow an amendment to this bill to be passed that says that we will agree to this, mostly Republicans, of course, we will agree to this law after you have insured and shored up the defenses to keep more illegal people from coming in. From what I understand, the argument is once we have more illegal people legalized, we'll be able to keep better track of the new illegals that come in. Right. Until the next time we decide, let's just make them all legal again. Not to mention, what about the job market? When you take 9 million illegals who aren't counted in unemployment and all of a sudden make them legal, they're all unemployed. And now these people are forced to pay them wages, which means they're going to turn around and say, well, I can't afford to pay you. I'm going to lay you off because now you're an illegal citizen. You have certain rights. And then these illegal people are going to go on unemployment. And they're going to drain the welfare system and the unemployment system even worse. Sorry. The last thing I wanted to mention today is obesity. I heard a report today on the radio that says more and more doctors are starting to say that obesity is a disease. Really? Show me the pill. Show me the cure. Please show me the cure. I would love to pop a pill to take treatments to become thin. Lap band surgery does not count. Bariatric surgery does not count. You want to know what the treatment is? Stop eating. Exercise. Control yourself. Why do people eat the foods that they enjoy? Instant gratification. They want that good taste. I have a perfect example. I'm 340 pounds. It's not a light thing. And I realized that I need to lose weight. So, I am going to go on my own little challenge. I am hoping to, again, I keep saying this every time, I'm hoping to keep doing these opinions. Just because sometimes it just boils me that some people are just make stupid comments, in my opinion. So I hope every couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, I will come back, give an update on my opinions, and I'll hopefully give an update on my weight. As of this moment on, I am going to put myself on a diet, and I'm going to try and exercise more. And I'm going to show that it is not a disease, it is a frame of mind. It is a statement of personal being, of well-being, if you will, that you want to make yourself a better and healthier person. Now, that's all my opinion. What's yours? Leave a comment, repost the video back, scream, yell, rant, and rave, agree, disagree. I don't care. Tell me what you think. Have an opinion, because opinions are what matter, and it's free. That's my opinion.